Hello there. Well, I'm still walking around with my dog, and I thought, well, why not do another wrestling? Um, why not do another wrestling recording for the Victorious Wrestling channel? I have another channel. It's got about life advice, just helping with in ways that I can, and just different lifestyle choices I've made and the effects I've seen over time. And so if you're feeling a bit down and out and you're feeling behind, you can switch into that one and see how I've come as far as I've come. Obviously there's like millionaires and all that are way more successful than me in those areas, but going from unemployed to being a factory worker, an orchard worker, to being a guy who's got his degree, national certificate, heading off overseas, touring Asia with all these teaching opportunities in wrestling context. You can look and see the different decisions that I made and implemented into my life that I kept doing for years, and in order to get from where I was, the unemployable mental health guy, to where I'm at today. Now, this video is actually another WWE Attitude Era versus WWE Ruthless Aggression Era video. And this video will be Bret the Hitman Hart versus Kurt Angle, in ways that I think each person is in, each character and each athlete is inferior to each other, and ways in which I think they're superior to each other, and which one I, in my humble opinion, think is the best character or the best athlete. First of all, let's start off with Bret the Hitman Hart, the so-called best there was, best there is, and best there ever will be. One of the greatest in-ring technicians of all time, Bret Hart, sharpshooter. When anyone mentions the sharpshooter, there's actually hundreds, if not thousands, of wrestlers who do the sharpshooter when you think about it. But the instant moment that you hear when you hear the word sharpshooter, you don't think of anyone else except for Bret Hart. Born and raised within, I try and say things that either wrestling fans haven't heard in a while or never heard before. So you might say, oh, there's a whole lot of stuff that you left out. Well, I'm trying to be like that. So all the stuff that the most of the audiences know as a result of it being so put out there by different wrestling agencies, I try and avoid that unless they haven't brought it up in a few years. Then I will try and remember that and try and put that in. And if there's a few things I don't know about these guys, that's not really put out there about these characters, like the on-show characters, then we talk about it. So yeah, all that, that Hart family and all their training, don't want to go into all that because it's all been repeated thousands of times, which is all true. Well, they say. How many times he's multi-time WWE champion, the lockups. I think that the character, now they're usually acting out what they're told to act out, or because I think, how come like some of the characters are like really, really over the top amazing in like 2 out of 5 areas, but then they're like kind of just like average in one, and then the other 2 they have actually absolutely nothing and they're like way below. I think they do that so they can level the playing field out. Like you got some real manipulative characters that are intellectually intelligent but they have no balls, and then you got these other ones like Goldberg and all that who are the extreme opposite. I mean, they do it that way, just like storytelling. They don't think it would be that, they wouldn't be so one-sided in real life. It's like Swagmaster Sway and Jack Kennedy, like one's like, I'm an admixture of both, you know what I mean? Daniel Moorhead is an admixture of both of those characters, but it's like each one of those characters is just like on higher levels of what that side of myself is really like. So Bret Hart, the character. I do think that they could have portrayed him. They could have given him a role to play where he had a lot more smarts, because he would just take the words of the other athletes and the other characters at face value and not really question them. And I think in real life, a lot of those situations his character found himself in, where he got screwed over and things like that, would have been a lot more obvious for any adult. Like if anyone's in their late teens onwards, it would be obvious what's going on. It may be a bit sad if they're connected to the person, or in a way that's healthy, or it might be a bit sad because they're only 19, 20 and they're still adapting to the cold realities of this world, as well as the positive ones and the great ones. See, there's old Swagmaster coming out, and the positive ones, and the Jack Kennedy coming out, and the cold realities of this world. Anyway, I do think that they created that character that way, and they gave him amazing superpowers when it came to the technician of everything in the ring. So I do think that Kurt Angle was a bit more smarter. The character Kurt Angle was a bit more smarter. He was reluctant to receive help from anyone, but when it was obviously needed, he would receive it. And if it didn't come his way when he obviously needed it, because it was 7-on-1 or something, he wouldn't obviously need it if it was 2-on-1. Questionably 3, but if it was more than that, then he'd be willing to go looking for help if it didn't come his way. Kurt Angle, I do think, was a bit better in the ring, because even though everything was choreographed, he was an actual wrestler. He did actual Olympic wrestling, and won as everyone knows, don't want to go down the path of stuff that we hear multiple hundreds of times, but 3-time Olympic gold winner, Olympic gold medal winner, So again, you're tempted to go down that route, but we've heard it thousands of times before. But just a different element to it all, because it was taken from Olympic wrestling. As for Bret Hart, the wrestling they did was, you could have played it in real life, because times have changed. I heard so many stories from, and when you hear it from 1 or 2 people, it's whatever. But if you hear it from 5 people, then it's questionable. But if you hear it from more than that, and from more than 5 or so big time stars from times gone by and everything, and they're all saying similar things, then you have to really think, that must be the truth, or just take it at face value once it's like that, because you weren't around back then to know, and the only way you can find out otherwise from not being there is talking to people that were there. Otherwise, you just have to take what superstars say as truth, take it with a grain of salt. And they say that back in those days, that they actually did have real wrestling, and when people used to say it was fake, or a guy would be like, how come we do all this fake stuff, then the coach or someone like that would be like, just come in the ring, or something, and they'd be like, no, blah blah blah, and I said, just get in the ring, we just want to show you a few things. And then they'll get in the ring, and then the coach will snap the guy's arm or something, or snap his elbow, or you break a couple of bones and see, and then he'll be like, wrestling's not fake. We know how to fight, we know how to wrestle, for real. From my limited amount when it comes to professional wrestling, 6 months training so far, we didn't have that. We were just like, this is how you make it a really great show, this is how you make yourselves look like superheroes. And basically it is fake, but it's based upon real moves, and there's a lot of physicality as a result of you being thrown around, and you're landing and you're holding yourself up, and these guys are strong, and it is based upon real moves. but they wouldn't growl you. They don't growl. From my coach and a couple of other trainers that have helped us out on and off have not done that to me or any of our performers. So it must be different times. Well, it is different times. So Kurt Angle is the superior overall, in my opinion. However, Bret Hart did make that style really, really popular. So I think that yes, Kurt Angle was an Olympic gold medalist, but I honestly think that without Bret Hart, the Hart family doing everything they're doing in WWE, I don't think that Kurt Angle would have got as over in the WWE as a result of doing that style had they not made it popular first. And then just Kurt Angle was better at it because he knew how to do it Olympics, Olympic quality level. And do I think Kurt Angle would have made it had they not been there? If he was given the shot, I think he would have adapted accordingly, and he would have still been a superstar like he is. He just wouldn't be known as the Kurt Angle as we know him. He would have adapted and had a different persona. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. So I do think Kurt Angle's better. He'll make that ankle snap. And you know it's true. It's damn true. Well, you've got to give the credit to Bret Hart, because I don't think that Kurt Angle would be known as the persona as he is today had Bret Hart not made it possible by making it popular in the WWE. Okay guys, well you have a great day. Bless all the WWE, all wrestling legends. Bless everyone involved with the wrestling community worldwide. Bless you all. Have a great day, and don't listen to any haters who are jealous of your success. You just keep pushing and realise they just got a bunch of issues that they don't want to face up to, so they boo on those who are succeeding in life. Bless you all, and this is D-Man Victorious signing out. And don't forget to live your life victoriously.